Alright guys, another video for you guys. Got my Traxxas 4TEC right here, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to install these gears. It does come with new gears. These is the high-speed gears. This is 48 pitch 55 tooth gear pinion. This is the pitch gear. The pinion is I would have to count, but I don't know if it has a number on it. But the pinion is doesn't say it. Alright, doesn't matter. And that's what we got here. But anyways, you're gonna need an Allen key, such as this one right here. Alright, and I do have my thread lock. This is the thread lock. Alright, blue is okay. No problem. Right, so this, and I got a scissor to open this package up. That's about it. So ignore my little guys in here. I have a little connector there and the tool for the tires, even though it doesn't fit anymore. So we need to remove one screw right here. There's one more right down there where my thumb is right now, and then you have one here, one there, and one all the way down there. Right, so it's 1 2 3 4 5 little screws, and this cover should open up. All right, so let's start off by doing that first. They're not gonna be easy to take off, but they should come right off. Got my little friend here trying to help me, but she's bored right now, yawning. Oh, that one's tight. Let's see if I get it this way. There you go. Alright guys, I'm going to do the rest of them. There's one over here, one right here, and one right there. Once I have those off, we'll continue and I'll show you how to take off the cover. Alright guys, I got the 4 screws right there. 1 2 3 4. I made a mistake. This screw you do not have to take off. It's 1 2 3 4. Once you do that, you should be able to get this cover off somehow, some way. Let me use my scissor here. Something that's gonna give you leverage to pull this up. Alright, there you go. It's like a base thing that goes straight in, sticks right in. Right, there you go. Once you take this off, there you go. You got the gear, you got the pinion gear right there. All right, and the motor should lift right up also. All right, so let's lift the motor up now, and the motor will come right up. Alright, still struggling with one hand, holding the camera with the other. There you go. All those rocks down there, you see that? Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this motor sit right here. And there's a whole bunch of rocks down there. I take them out. They always go down there. Alright guys, got my motor out. Perfect. If you want to, you could disconnect the motor from right there, but you don't have to. One thing you are going to have to do is you are going to have to change these little screws, the angle of it, because the motor does need to move back a little bit since it's the bigger gear. So we do need to do that. Alright guys, next thing I'm going to do is I am going to take off the gear of the motor here. Alright, that'd be my next step. And to take this off, you're gonna need a bigger Allen key, so just match up something that will fit there. Alright, I'm gonna get help from somebody now to hold my camera. Alright, so I got somebody holding my camera, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take off the screw here. Yeah, there's a lot of screws. Oops. And I'm gonna take this one off. Also, I have to take off the little screw off the motor, so I have to match something up. Right. Let me grab a proper tool. There we have it. Right. I'm gonna use this little drill I have here. There you go. Just loose. Once that loose, this gear should come off, and you can work on this. Alright guys, so what I'm gonna do here is I am gonna use a position B. That's what I read. Alright, so B. Is right here. And I'm gonna lock it down on B, and on the other side it has to be B also. Oh, where did my screw go? There you go. All right, A, B. So the motor mount just moves everything away. All right, the way they designed this is gonna give you perfect mesh of the gears. Go. Alright, there we have it. Motor mount installed. What we need to do next is, let me take a small break. Okay guys, so this little guy right here has to go in now. So we need to put this on just like so. See that? Alright, and I am gonna put a little bit of my own thread lock, even though it has a little guy on there. It has a blue thread lock on it. I'll put some of my own. Alright, lock up my bottle. And I like to do this by hand first. Alright, so this is 35 teeth, alright? The gear is 35 teeth. Alright, there we have it. Alright, what I need to do next is place this onto the motor, and I have to lock this in. Don't worry about if it's at the wrong place, because we can always move it around once we have it on the according to this gear right here. Right? And what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna take this motor. Let me get my light in better position. Still dark. There you go, that's better. Let's take this motor, make sure your wiring is under where it belongs. And it's not gonna go in, I forgot, because this gear is too big, so we have to let this sit to the side. Alright. Alright, my cameraman is gonna hold it. Camerawoman, come on, hold it. Alright, let me fix my light. My light is about to fall down. There you go, better. Alright. Alright guys, right down here you have 1, 2, 3, you have a whole bunch of screws, alright? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna remove these screws, and the whole rear end of the car should come apart. So 1, 2, 3, I'm gonna take off these 4 screws, 3, 4, whatever you want to call it. Alright, so let me get this off, and then I'll show you guys exactly what I did. Alright, so we'll be back. Alright guys, right underneath the car I took off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 screws, alright? And that should let the whole rear end come right off. Alright, so let's see this thing coming right off. There you go, you see that? It's gonna pop right off. So let's look at up on the top. Can you see the top? Mm-hmm. You have to go up with the camera if you want to see the top. Just watch my light. There you go. Alright guys, so there you go. Alright, see how the shaft came out of there? The shaft right here. So we're pretty much done. So right here, what you're gonna do is you're gonna lift this up and you're gonna pull the shaft out of that end. All right, so you gotta lift the gear out and pull it out, right? So right in here, you have a bearing, you have a little hardware pin in there. So all you're gonna do is make sure your shaft is clean. You're gonna push forward on this just like that. Then you can remove this little guy, this little hardware pin, and you're gonna pull the bearing off and the gear off just like that. All right, we do need to take off this bearing because it does not come with the new one. Can be trouble getting that off. All right, let me pause the video and we're gonna come right back. All right guys, back in business. Got the bearing off, which was really very hectic. All right, so take this bearing. Can you see it in the camera? Go up a little bit. All right, you're gonna push on the bearing just like that. You're gonna take your shaft here, center drive shaft. You're gonna push this in. You're gonna take that pin. You're gonna put it right there. Make sure it lines with the gear, and that's it, guys. Make sure it's nice and good in there, and it doesn't even go that deep. So I do need to push it a little bit more. Oops, came out. All right, there you go. I have it. I take the shaft. And you're gonna take the shaft, you're gonna stick it in. This side has to go in on the other end. Notice the gear is smaller now, so it's gonna be more easier for us to get it in there. You just need to find the perfect spot on that end. All right. All right, guys. So we got this in. All right, you see it's moving with the wheels. They're rotating everything pretty good. All right, so what we need to do is at this moment, if you want, make sure your wiring is in there. You could take this motor and the mount, stick it to its correct position. There you go. And the gear should be meshed in perfectly. All right, as you can see, my gear is more further this way, so I'm gonna unscrew that little guy in there, and I'm gonna push the gear a little bit. Bring the camera down a little bit. There you go. So I'm gonna take this little screw off. I'm gonna just loosen it a little bit. All right, and then I can push this gear a little bit more in so it can be perfectly matched. Are you moving around too much with the camera? I try to keep the camera close as possible, like that right there. All right, gotta have good angle for the audience. All right, lost track of that little screw. There you go. Should be locked in. It should not be moving in no further. All right, there you go. Now what we need to do is we need to make sure the shaft goes in. Right, this gear popped out. All right, I got a problem with this. I'm gonna pull this back out. Make sure your shaft, this thing does not come off. I don't think I have it perfectly in there like it's supposed to be. You see, you heard a click. I pulled it really hard, so it's supposed to click like that. You have a good view with the camera?
Yes.
Oh, she says she has a good view. Perfect. All right, so just play around with it so you get it perfectly in there in the front. All right, it's going in. There you go. And after that, you're gonna take this whole rear end. If you want, you can clean it off. And this angle, this guy right here has to go in there. You can see there's a groove in there. So if it doesn't match, it won't click, alright? Alright, let me see if I can match it up so that thing is standing up straight. And this is standing up straight. There you go. Perfect. Alright, bring the camera down, guys. Alright, so now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 screws. Alright guys, so I'm going to tighten these 5 screws and then I'll come right back after that. So these are the 5 screws right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright guys, got my screws in. Make sure you save your old gears. Put to the side. Make sure they're tight, nice and lined. This is pretty much done, guys. Alright, so what we have next is the cover. Make sure your wiring is lined, and this cover simply goes that way. Should go in flush. Alright, let's bring the camera up, and remember these 4 screws right here. Too high. Is that good? Looking good on the camera? Right, so 4 screws. Job well done, guys. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and all you need to do now is take your 4 screws and tighten them all 4. Take it for test drive and it should be good. It should be much faster now. Okay guys, alright guys, I'm gonna tighten these a little bit, but I'm not done. Other than that, thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe, share, and like all of my videos. Bye bye.